Okay. Hey guys, I just got back from a movie theater. I went to see the new Godzilla, and what can I say? It's Godzilla! It sums up the entire movie. Alright, so the thing is, when I first heard that they were making a new Godzilla movie, I was actually pretty excited. When I heard that it was going to be produced in America again, I was like, oh, no, not another Roland Emmerich movie. Well, that was until I saw the picture, that legendary picture released showing the designs of Godzilla, and that once again got me hyped. So, was the hype really worth it around this movie? I think so, yeah. Now this movie is a lot more true to the source material than Roland Emmerich's film was, which you can see in the design of Godzilla on one end. But of course, to really see that it's more true to the material, you have to see the entire movie. Now, story-wise, it's nothing new actually. It's just there's a monster attack, Godzilla fights the monster, and then leaves. It's actually pretty much the same, but this movie is actually a little more interesting than that. They put in some new story, like they explain how it actually works that these monsters exist and why they're so big and strong, and I found that actually a pretty interesting theme. I actually missed that from other Godzilla movies. It was something I actually never really understood, why these monsters and not others. So when I saw that in this movie, it actually explained a lot. As far as humans interacting with each other goes, it kind of copies plot lines from older Godzilla movies, like our interaction of a boyfriend with his girlfriend, or from a father to his kid, and so on and so forth. But they go a little bit more into the backstory of the entire thing, and they make it actually a little more interesting than that. I especially like the relationship Aaron Taylor Johnson's character has with his father, played by Bryan Cranston, because it's also something we've seen a couple times before. It's like your father sees something, and then he goes on with his series, and of course you're starting to think he's crazy. And then of course the son sees what the father has seen, and immediately he knows he's not crazy. So in other movies they would they would then write that the father and the son get a little closer. In this film, we don't see that a lot. We actually have the father killed off as soon as they discover the truth, and then the son has to cope with the fact that he thought his father was crazy for so long, and has to make it right for him. That's something I don't see a lot in other movies. I've seen it a couple times maybe, but it's not in this kind of way that they portrayed it in the new Godzilla film. Now, as far as special effects go, I have to say the effects in this movie are totally amazing. I have to say the CGI is pretty impressive. They really go into a lot of detail, mostly with the monsters like Godzilla, or the monsters that he has to fight. Now, speaking of designs of the monsters, I really have to say Godzilla looks f***ing awesome. I mean, really f***ing awesome. It really is. I've seen the originals. I've seen all those movies produced by Toho, and I've seen how their Godzilla suits have developed over the years. Now they became better as time went on, but let's face it, that's just because their technology got better with time as well. But I have to say, the new movie's special effects, they just make Godzilla look a lot more realistic than those costumes ever did. Well, of course you could say, that's just CGI. Yeah, it is just CGI, but they didn't just, it's not like they just made a model of him and then animated him. They went into every little detail, like when he's breathing, that you can actually see you can see the movement in his neck, and then before he roars, his neck kind of inflates, and then it deflates, and then the roar comes out, and it's just awesome. All the little details on the character is amazing. another thing I liked about the film was the fact that this time they didn't like want to kill Godzilla in the end, but they actually appreciated him as their hero. Like in other Godzilla movies, it was like, hey, Godzilla killed the monster, let's kill him. It was always like that. It's like when in Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, for example, he kills Megaguirus and then they still want to kill him. They want to kill the guy who saved them. Come on, give him a break. And that's what I think was cool in this. But also I have to notice Godzilla didn't want to destroy the city in this movie. In this film, it was rather like he heard the conversation of the two other monsters, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill those mother." But I actually like that a lot. I think in other movies it's just like Godzilla attacks and then he comes this other monster and he's like, "Hey, you're disturbing my attack. I'm gonna kill you." And in this film it's like he's like in the ocean and he's sleeping and they're like, "Hey, you disturbed my sleep. I'm gonna kill you." And then he leaves town again. It's like in other Godzilla movies he would continue destroying the city. In this one he leaves and the humans accept him as a hero. What else can I say about the movie? I just think it's awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's definitely worth it. Now, I wouldn't recommend it in 3D. I went to watch it in 3D. I like 3D movies actually. And this one I just thought it was kind of unnecessary. But still, it's really a good movie. It's definitely worth watching. It's worth spending your money. It's worth spending your money for. You should go just go see it. Why not? Don't have me spoil anymore.